This is my story. This is my story of how I got diagnosed with brain tumor, aka brain cancer. I want to document all this process of how I will be curing this disease no matter what, because I strongly believe that I have main reason or a main purpose on this life that I have to accomplish. I will be sharing with you, alongside with the educational content, my personal side, because I'm a multi-dimensional person with stories, with hobbies, and with struggles. And hopefully this video someone will watch, maybe now, maybe in the future, and will get inspired from these stories and will push forward. Because when I got diagnosed with brain cancer, I was trying to search for stories. I was trying to find people who are like me, who are going through tough times and how they overcame this. Because the moment when I got diagnosed and I understood the seriousness of a problem, I started searching on Google, which was a mistake. I was trying to search what is the life expectancy and all of that, and I saw that it is a couple of weeks, maximum a couple months. However, there are some exceptions. There are some people which I read some stories, but they are very, very few, and they got me some push inside me. They gave me some motivation, some inspiration to keep it going and to get up, to pick myself up and to move forward. I want to do the same. Alongside the educational content, I want to inspire others and I want to make a difference in this life with what I can. I will document the entire process of how I am going to cure this, with what kind of treatments and what are the next steps. What am I going to do in this life? What will be afterwards? For one thing that I could tell you is that I got instantly wiser. Why do we say that old people are so wise? Because they went through many and many situations in their life. They lived a longer period of time, they went through adversities, and they went also through good times. So they were able to learn from those periods of time, either good or bad ones. And this is why we call them wise people, because they went through lots of things in their life. Not in vain is said that an adversity makes you wiser, smarter, and stronger if you let it do it. Because some people, what they do is when they see that a disease or a problem comes in their life, they let themselves down, and this can ruin their entire life. This can destroy them completely. I'm not gonna lie, the first period of time when I understood the seriousness of a problem, it was very difficult for me to pick myself up, and I was low for a couple of weeks until I was hearing more and more stories. I got the support from my parents, from my family, and from my relatives, and from even strange people. When I posted on my YouTube channel the first time that got diagnosed with this and I don't know when I will get back, I got lots and lots of hurtful comments from people that I never met in my entire life. And this showed me that there is a lot of good things, there are a lot of good people in this world. There is, of course, the good and evil, but I believe, and even if you watch the movies, the good always beats the evil. So I believe that at the end of the day, I will cure this through the multiple types of treatment that I am taking right now. I was in Istanbul in Turkey for therapy with radiation, which affected a lot for that period of time my brain. I was in that called brain fogginess, which you simply don't really realize what is happening. It's like a dream, more I would say like a nightmare that you live day by day, and it's really difficult even to articulate your ideas, to talk to people, but I still kept going. Even at that time, I kept working as long as I could. Even I asked my doctor if I can work, and he said, yes, you can, but as long as you feel that you are capable of. And this is exactly what I did. I believe that this is a test. I believe that this is a gift from God that gave to me, get stronger, to get wiser, and to get better, and to make the difference. I always wanted in this life, since I was a kid, to make a difference and to impact people. I didn't know exactly with what. In the first place, when I opened my digital agency, marketing agency, which I help business owners to grow their sales with marketing, I thought that this is going to be the main thing that will help me to impact businesses and impact people. But actually, God gave me a different direction. He wanted me to impact people with two stories. One with this marketing knowledge, and the second one is with how I am going to cure this disease. I strongly believe that I will cure it, and I don't care about statistics. I don't care about the life expectancy, because everything comes down to how strong you believe. There are lots and lots of researchers and different stories of how people get cured and they overcome and they cure this cancer fully just through the power of their brain, through the power of their mind. So it's totally possible, and I know that this can be possible for me as well. I want to share with you how actually I got diagnosed with brain tumor. What was the story behind that? What happened? I think, as I remember, it was the end of October and the beginning of November, something like that. And it was a normal day, it was a Friday. I went to the gym as usual, and I go to the gym pretty early, somewhere at like 6:30 a.m. I'm already in the gym. And it was a leg day, which is one of the toughest days for me. And I trained quite hard. And I believe that even in the gym when I didn't exercise, and I felt quite tired. It was the first time when I felt like that, and I had to go to the bathroom. I stayed there for a couple minutes. Eventually I washed my face with very, very cold water so I could recover and I could get back to the conscious level. Eventually it went better. However, after I finished the training, I went back at home. I did a shower, everything was great, until something happened. Now, what happened, I cannot properly explain because it was a very weird situation. I probably had some of those called hallucinations, when you see things that they do not exist. I was seeing very weird, odd things that scared me. I wasn't able to control my mind and my behaviors. However, God gave me enough power to go to my neighbors, because at the time I was living by myself in Bucharest, and I went to my neighbors. I was knocking to their doors, every single door, until someone opened the door. Everything was in fog. I said, I am very tired after the gym. Please give me some way to stay, to relax, to rest, because I thought this is what I need. All they said is that we can, because you're a stranger, I have kids, I'm afraid, but I can call the ambulance. And I said, okay, you call the ambulance. I remember I was just in shorts, like I was literally just in shorts, and I was not capable to put on some other clothes. They took me at the hospital, and while we were going to the hospital, they said, do you know someone who could come to the hospital? Some of your relatives, friends, and something like that. And I said, yes, my sister lives also in Bucharest, let's call her. I didn't have my phone, so I didn't know also her number, and I said, you can maybe call on Instagram. So they found her on Instagram, and I remember while we were going to the hospital, I was talking to her over the phone. I said, sister, I'm not sure what is going on. I have no idea what is happening. Please come to the hospital. So the doctor said the name of the hospital, and eventually she wasn't able to come instantly. However, she called her husband, and he came to the hospital. When I saw him for the first time, I was very happy, because I was by myself. I was literally scared. I didn't know what to expect from this was for the first time in my entire life. They did a quick test. They did a quick test at the hospital. It wasn't an MRI, it was something different. An MRI is something more in-depth research. They did a quick research and they saw something that it shouldn't be. And I remember the doctor came to me and said, Archie, you have something, we don't know exactly what is, but it looks ugly. I was afraid because I thought, you know what, I'm at the hospital, I will stay one day and I will be better, I will come back at home. This is what I thought. I was literally thinking that it's nothing serious, I will get back at home, everything will be great, I will get back to the work. I still thought at that day that I will get back and I will keep it working. I will keep doing my thing. Eventually, I stayed a couple more days in the hospital and then I did an MRI scan, and the MRI scan said one more time that actually yes, it is a tumor and it doesn't look very good because it's not just like a circle one, it's not a round one, but it's easy to take it out. It's in form of a butterfly, which makes the brain surgery kind of impossible because it also placed in a very dangerous zone. So the surgery was out of a choice. The other option to cure is radiotherapy, therapy with radiation, plus in a combination with therapy with chemo kind of pills. There are different forms of chemotherapy. The doctor gave me the one in pills. We were in a situation, my family, that we had to make a decision first, and we needed to find a place where to do that. We could do that in Romania, however, we heard that in Turkey, in Istanbul, there is a better machine and there are more qualified doctors. So we went with that choice and we flight to Istanbul and we stayed there for like almost 2 months, something like that. When you're going through radiation, so much volume of radiation, your brain gets into a stage where it is called brain fogginess, where you have no control over your mind. It's very difficult for you to talk. It's very difficult to formulate ideas. In your brain, you formulate your ideas, but it's difficult to say them, if that makes sense. So this is the first time when I understood that sometimes in life we do not actually have control. Overnight, get diagnosed with something like that and you have no control over your mind. Even when I finished, it lasted 2, 3, 4 more weeks. Now I'm much better. I feel a lot more better. I can work more. I keep taking some these chemotherapy pills. I've heard many other stories that people take them quite difficult. They have this nausea, they have experiences with vomiting a lot and feeling ill and all of that. I had maybe 1 or 2 days of that, but generally speaking, I can take them quite well. And even the doctor said that because I am young and because I took care of my health so far, I've been taking care of my health, of course, for a couple of years, and I've been going to the gym. I was eating very healthy. Because of that, my body is very strong and is capable to withstand those strong pills. Probably on Earth, chemo pills, they are the most powerful pills in the entire world that could bring all kinds of effects. I'm grateful that my body is strong enough and it can withstand and it can cope with these pills. Now, I want to share real quickly a couple lessons that I've learned along the way. Of course, I keep understanding more and more about what is life, what is our main reason as human beings to be on this planet, what are we supposed to do, what is our mission. For every single person is different. I'm trying to figure out who I am actually. Why am I here? And this particular adversity showed me and fortified one more time what I have to do on this planet. And I will keep ensuring that my mission is going to be accomplished before I go to another form of life. Here are a couple of things that I learned. First of all, health is the most valuable asset that we have, no matter what. And I don't care about people saying that, some sleep like 2-3 hours and they're okay. Get enough sleep. Get 7 to 9 hours of sleep every single day. Since I started sleeping more, because back then I was kind of like getting almost 7 hours of sleep, sometimes 6.5, 7, something like that. So it was very close of not getting enough sleep. Since I've been using like this method of sleeping 8, 9, sometimes 10 hours, I recovered much faster. First of all, this is the first advantage that I had. Secondly, I feel more energetic and I am more capable to do even physical activities. Of course, I have to ensure that they're not with very heavy weights, because it's not a load for me at this moment and for the next 6 months or so. But at least I am capable to do some physical activities with my body, which for the doctor, when he heard that, he was quite surprised, because usually people get recovered quite slowly. It takes a couple months, good couple months. The second lesson that I learned is ensure that you stick to your family. I love very much the movie Fast and Furious franchise, because the entire movie is around sticking to your family and being with your family, listening to them and ensuring that you take care of every single member of your family. While I was in Turkey, I've stayed with my parents, and I have noticed how much supportive they are, and they help me in moments when I felt very low, and vice versa. You could have very good friends, you could have a boyfriend, a girlfriend, a spouse, and that's good if you found someone who is trying to support you when you need. But having a family, having them alive, I have my both parents alive, and I'm very grateful for that. When everything happened, all this tragedy and all this adversity that came in my life, I have seen how much they were getting more and more closer to me, and how they were trying to support me and to show to me that I actually have a long life to live, and you don't need to feel that low. Everything will be great, and thanks due to that, I was able to keep it going. So stick to your family all the time. Even if you feel in the beginning, if you're trying to build something that maybe they don't understand in the first place, don't judge them. Don't tell them that you don't understand me and all of that. You have to prove them that you actually, all you're doing is going to be a new method or a new way for them to understand that what you're doing is for them. What you're doing is you're helping your family. And over time, they will understand that. So stick to your family one more time. The next thing that clicked is that everything that happens in your life happens not to you, but for you. What is to you? This essentially is you start becoming a victim. When you start asking questions such as, why me? Why is this happening to me? Why this even should happen? These are all victim questions. For you, on the other hand, is you look at that everything that happens, all the tough times, all the adversities, they are making you as a stronger person. They are building a better character that you are supposed to be, that you are supposed to become. So when you look from this point, when you look at for you, you can cope with this problem with these tough times much easier. And remember that these tough times, they won't last. Nothing in this life is forever. Everything is temporary. Tough times don't last, but tough people do. So these tough times will build a tougher version of yourself that you have to become. It's a must, it's a duty for you to become that tougher version of yourself. And if you don't realize this, you will live a life full of difficulties, full of struggles, and full of disappointments and guiltiness. It's very important to understand this, because eventually all these adjectives, they will transform you if you don't tackle them into a miserable person. Miserable person that God will look at you and will just ask himself like, what is going on with this person? He's trying to help you, but you are not trying to help yourself. As it is said, I can open the door, but you have to go for it. I cannot do that for you. I can show you the path, but you have to go for it. And the last lesson that I also learned along the way is you have to live the present. When I first looked at the life expectancy for a disease like mine, I was very low. I felt hopeless. However, I understood that it's not about how long you live, but it's more about how you live. So it's very important to live the present. It's crucial, it's vital to live the present time. Not in vain is said, yesterday is a history, tomorrow is a mystery, but today is a gift. You see, it's very profound. You have to live a present because this is what is the most important. Tomorrow is, you don't know what is going to happen. I didn't know before I got diagnosed that when I went to the bed, that tomorrow my life will turn around. I didn't know that. I thought tomorrow is going to be the same day like I had all the days before that, which it wasn't. So it's great to set goals, to have ambition, to be ambitious, but at the same time, ensure that you live the present. I used to go to the gym, and while I was training, to think about, oh, I have to do this and that, and I have to work with that client, and I have a call at 10 a.m. and blah, blah, blah. I didn't live with the present. And also, vice versa, I was in a meeting and I thought, oh, I have to go to the gym a little bit later, and I have to do legs, and I have to do these exercises and those exercises. I didn't live a present. I was just trying to get from the present and to go kind of in the future. If you are doing that, that means that what you're doing right now is not going very well. It went very well when you just were focused on that aspect. So I tried to learn to not do that anymore. It's difficult in the first place, even now sometimes it's difficult, but it's another skill that you can learn as well. What will I do next? Well, it's a very simple answer. I believe, like I said, that this is a test, that this is going to make me stronger, and I have to ensure that I keep pushing myself and I take care more of my health, put my brain in different situations to recover and to get stronger and smarter. So I will keep recording videos and I will keep uploading both type of content, educational content where I share my marketing knowledge, and second, my personal life. Look, if you don't want to see my personal side, just simply unsubscribe. I do and I create content because this is just what I feel and this is what I really enjoy to do. I like teaching and I like sharing my different sides of my life. Hopefully that will inspire other people in this world as well. I want to prove first of all to myself and to the other people in this world that despite all the struggles that you're facing, even if you think that you've been cursed, it's possible to pick yourself up and to keep it going when you have the right people around you and when you know deep down at the bottom of your heart that you are capable of doing great things. Till next time, make sure that you are going after your goals, you take care of your health, you take care of your relationships with your family and with your friends and with your spouse or with your girlfriend or boyfriend, and I will talk to you in my next video. Peace.